So I just saw the new movie on Amazon Prime with Camila Mendes, Musica. This movie is way better than I expected it to be. I was not expecting too much, but I had to check it out because if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, sorry. But it's a story that I was interested in based on the premise, and then I watched it and I'm like, oh my goodness, I relate to this so much. It is crazy in so many aspects. It's such a heartwarming tale. It's a kind of a love story, but it's also, I feel, more coming of age story, as it really deals with the main character, Rudy, who is played by Rudy Mancuso, who wrote and directed this film. And it's based on his life, so it's really funny how little he changed to be in this role and how little direction he got. But it's so expertly crafted. Like, I really like the story, and apparently it's based on his life somewhat, and I think it's so interesting. It's such a great story, in my opinion, and it really shows it tells a good coming of age story. And so for that, I'll have to give it a hand grenade score. And now the movie's bread and butter is in its cinematics, as it has some of the best sound design I have seen. It seamlessly incorporates music into everything, and it's all because of the main driving factor of this movie, which is a cognitive phenomenon called synesthesia. It's a perceptual phenomenon in which sensory or cognitive pathway leads to involuntary experiences in a secondary or cognitive pathway of music. Like, it causes you to see more like sounds and focus on it and distract yourself and lead you into another state. It's a different way of zoning out. Instead of just like visually zoning out, it's more auditory zoning out, from what I understood, from what I was reading. And it is so expertly crafted and shown in this film, and it's crazy. And not to mention that this has one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a movie this year. Just period. I really like some of the musicals that I've seen, but this is just, this is another level of music, in my opinion. Just great cinematics, easy hand grenade score here. Directing, Mancuso does it. He does a great job directing this film, which is kind of impressive because I hear it's his directorial debut, and it's really fun seeing so many directorial debuts this year. But my goodness, this is such a great ride. It's very well directed. So easy hand grenade score. Now, the acting is where I get a little sidetracked, but not necessarily due to actual performances and acting. I just think that some of the parts may have not been super well written, and I just have a few pet peeves that I'll share a little bit later. But I think the performances are really strong. Camila Mendes does a great job. Rudy Mancuso does a great job. I really loved, what's his name? It's JB Smoove. Yep, JB Smoove. He is hilarious in this. He's barely in it, and I gotta say that the best character in the whole movie was Maria, who is Rudy's mother. You can tell that she is a real Brazilian mom. That is all I will say. And yeah, so I will give a hand grenade score here just because some of the roles were just so amazing that it made up for some of the weaker parts of the film. Expectations and experience. Man, I was crying laughing during certain parts of this. I let out a big belly laugh with how much I was cackling at some scenes in this film. Like, there is the typical American does not know that Brazil speaks Portuguese joke, and it's fantastic. I had a massive laugh with that one, and the way they show it too is even crazier, and it makes it even funnier. It's, oh my god. And then while they were at the, oh my god, so many good jokes that you just have to see it and experience it for yourself. I had an absolute blast watching this, and I cannot recommend this enough. And my one issue is that the conversations, it's like I just had an issue with how much they were speaking Portuguese, English, Portuguese, and then like one-sided conversations in each language. I'm like, personally, if I know someone can speak Portuguese, I'm speaking to them in Portuguese. I cannot bring myself to speak in English to someone who speaks Portuguese. It's just myself, but others might feel differently. Like, I know personally, if I was speaking in English to my mother, she would punch me in the side of the head and make me speak in Portuguese. Like, it's just like that. And that's my only pet peeve. But then again, that's like more of a personal experience than it is any other experience. But yeah, I love this movie. This is a certified hand grenade movie. Oh my goodness. I am willing to rewatch it 1,000 times to show it to more people. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I will leave you guys to it.